Everything you need to know about Chelsea youngster Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall is an eye-catching inclusion in Chelsea's 11 to face Manchester City in the FA Cup, and we've compiled everything you need to know about the 18-year-old. Hall, who can play in defence or midfield, wasn't fazed against Pep Guardiola's side when he faced them in a League Cup tie last November and worried them throughout with his thrusting runs and clever footwork. It's disappointing to lose the game and be knocked out this early, but I'm very happy personally to have an experience like this against a top side at a stadium like this, he said afterwards. I was really happy to get in the positions to score, and I just need to work on that last bit. It's something I know I can do better with. You don't really have time to think about it. When you get the chance you've got to try and do your best to put it away, and I couldn't do that. Hopefully I can next time. And Planet Football have taken a delve into Hall's young career and collecting together all the vital information about Chelsea's latest young starlet. His career so far. Born in Slough in September 2004, Hall joined Chelsea's under-8s and signed his first professional contract at Stamford Bridge in the summer of 2021. After becoming a regular in the club's various youth teams, including the under-18s and under-23s, Hall was named on the bench for Chelsea's League Cup match at Brentford in December last year. And then Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel only waited a further 2 weeks before selecting him in the starting 11 for the FA Cup tie against Chesterfield, meaning Hall became the youngest player to appear for Chelsea in the competition. He created 2 chances and registered an assist during a man-of-the-match performance, but spent the remainder of the season in the youth setup at Stamford Bridge. But he caught the eye during Chelsea's League Cup tie with Manchester City in November 2022, worrying the City defence with a number of surging runs and no little quality on the ball, and he did the same off the bench against the same opponents in their Premier League clash at the start of 2023. Hall has also made his bow at international level, appearing for England U19s during their victory over Montenegro in September 2022. Style of play. Hall is a versatile player who is equally comfortable playing at left-back or in midfield. Against Chesterfield, Tuchel utilised him on the left of Chelsea's back three, and Hall was involved in 3 of their 4 first-half goals. But the 18-year-old is naturally a left-sided number 8 with polished technique and a broad passing range that makes him a danger to any opponent. His quick, sharp passes are often interspersed with slick shifts of balance that create opportunities to surge upfield with the ball at his feet. And although he's not the tallest, Hall clocks in at 178.7 centimeters, 5 feet 9 inches, he makes the most of his frame with a combative attitude and approach. There's plenty of potential to build upon. Ever since I was a kid being at Chelsea, this is what I work towards, Hall said after his senior debut last season. To finally get the opportunity and in front of my family and the amazing fans, it is an incredible feeling. I came through the development system at 6 to 8 and got my first contract at 9 and have been progressing to this moment. We had a meeting during the day when Tuchel, announced the team, and I was really nervous straight away. I saw my name on the team sheet and I was shaking. It took a few hours to process it. It was his performance in general and his attitude in training, former head coach Thomas Tuchel said after picking Hall against Chesterfield. The quality he showed was very calm and very good in our possession games and the little games he trained in. He never really trained with the full squad, so it was more small-sided games, but he was good. While teammate Callum Hudson-Odoi said, "He was amazing. I said to him throughout the whole game, just keep playing the way you are playing." From early you could spot it, how confident he was on the ball, driving with the ball. Defensively he was solid as well, and I'm very happy for him. Hopefully, he can keep going. Máximo Perrone, scouting Manchester City's wonderkid target. Barclays Premier League giants Manchester City are reportedly set to trigger the release clause of Vélez Sarsfield's 19-year-old Argentinian wonderkid Máximo Perrone, according to reports. The Citizens aren't the only English top-flight team interested in Perrone's services. Newcastle United and Wolverhampton Wanderers have also reportedly signified their interest in the midfielder, though City are believed to be the most likely destination for the South American maestro. According to Italian journalist Fabrizio Romano, the Etihad outfit are set to trigger the player's release clause, which stands at roughly £5 million. Should the midfielder make the move, he would join fellow Argentinian and World Cup winner Julian Alvarez on the City books, who also moved from Argentina where he was playing for River Plate, born in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Perrone has been on the Vélez Sarsfield's books since the age of 6, first catching the eye in the 2019 Montega tournament, deployed at the base of the Argentina U16 midfield that were eventually crowned champions after beating an England side that included Jude Bellingham and Jamal Musiala in the final. Former boss Mauricio Pellegrino handed Perrone his senior debut for Vélez as recently as March 2022, facing up against fellow Argentinian side Estudiantes, but the midfielder soon after established himself as a first-team regular, scoring his first goal in a Copa Libertadores match against Uruguayan side Nacional. He's gone on to make 33 appearances for the first team, scoring 3 goals and providing 2 assists. The 19-year-old has been targeted by several big European clubs after shining in the Argentinian top flight, and is on course to lead his country for the South American U20 Championships, managed by former West Ham United and Liverpool midfielder Javier Mascherano, which gets underway on January 19. He has made 7 appearances at under-17 level for Argentina, before making his first appearance for Javier Mascherano's U20s side in March in a 2-2 draw with the United States. The 19-year-old, who turns 20 next week, has been earmarked for greatness by many within his club, and is set to become one of the latest of prestigious products to join Premier League champions Manchester City. But what will the citizens be getting? Indeed, the teenager is seen as a huge talent in Argentina, and that's down to the stellar performances from midfield for his club. Regularly deployed as a deep-lying midfielder or a number 6, Perrone has consistently shown maturity and tactical intelligence that belies his tender age. One of his most notable performances since his establishment in the first team came in a must-win group game against Nacional in the Copa Libertadores, demonstrating just how crucial he is to Vélez. He recorded the most ball recoveries, 14, most passes made, 46, and most successful through balls, 4/5, and scored the all-important injury time winner whilst wearing the captain's armband, his first goal for the club in a 3-2 victory. Typically deployed at the base of the midfield in Sarsfield's 4-2-3-1 shape, Perrone is a ball-playing presence showcasing world-class talents on the ball, always demanding possession whilst orchestrating it with metronomic ease. He possesses the tactical intelligence and maturity to fulfill a number of roles in the Vélez midfield, either as a lone anchor man or as the deepest in a double pivot, usually alongside fellow academy graduate Nicolas Gerald. Perrone boasts tremendous confidence and bravery to drop between his 2 centre-backs where he's offered the space and vision to scan ahead the whole pitch and dictate from deep, either through short and precise passes, or penetrative long-raking passes. What's unique about Perrone is, he's not one to distribute the ball and stay resigned to his deep positioning. When he sees the opportunity for a quick and snappy 1-2 or moving into space to provide cover or an extra body in the midfield third to progress the play, he'll perform it with stunning precision and aplomb. The 19-year-old performs like a young Sergio Busquets, with a unique swagger and assuredness that makes him an attractive component for any possession-based side. His positioning and body shape when receiving a pass and reading of the game always appear to allow him the time and space, seemingly already one move ahead of everyone else. He's incredibly press-resistant, meaning he isn't afraid to receive the ball under pressure, possessing such sublime elegance, precise movement, and ball control to overcome such obstacles from his opponents. What's more, Perrone is an intentional and proactive deep-lying midfielder. As stated previously, it seems as if he's a step ahead of everyone else, and that's because he performs the aspects of his game nobody realizes with such great maturity and intelligence. For example, before he receives a pass he'll check over his